Welcome to Grammar the Right Way. Today we're going to clarify when to use the adverbial form of a word or the adjectival form. Have a look at the 8 sentences below and see if you can spot the problems in each sentence. Pause the video and work through the sentences. Hopefully you noticed that an adjective was used in each sentence instead of an adverb. So in sentence 1, the adjective deep is used instead of the adverb deeply. Sentence 2, of course, should be differently, not different. Nishi packed the laundry products separately from the meat. She could see the solution really clearly. Write the steps in the process exactly. Chantal explained the point clearly. The class was asked to work quietly, and each student was instructed to do the task differently to show their ability to think creatively. Right, in every sentence, an adverb was needed because it was describing an action or a verb, and the adverbs are telling us how that action was being done. Let's make some comparisons between the way we use the adjective and the way we use the adverb. In the first example, we have 2 sentences. Let's look at the first one. Deep thought can produce profound revelations. So deep in this instance is an adjective describing the abstract noun thought. In the second sentence, however, the word thought is a verb in the simple past tense. So consequently, we need to employ an adverb, namely deeply. Right, so we've got the adjective deep and we've got the adverb deeply. In this case, thought is an abstract noun. In this case, thought is a simple past tense verb. So one requires an adjective and one requires an adverb. Now that you have the idea, pause the video and underline the adjective or adverb and circle the noun or verb that it is modifying or describing. How'd you go? Let's go through them. In this sentence, the adverb differently is modifying the verb writes, and the adjective different is modifying the noun vocabulary. Here, separately is an adverb because it's referring to the infinitive form of the verb to wash, whereas here, separate is an adjective referring to the noun piles, the piles of washing. In the next example, his name was clearly written. So clearly is an adverb and it refers to this past tense verb was written. Here, clear is an adjective and it's referring to the noun label. In the next example, exactly is the adverb and we use the adverbial form because it is describing or modifying how she followed the steps. In other words, followed the past simple tense of a verb. In the next example, though, exact refers to the temperature, which is a noun. So exact is the adjectival form. In the next sentence, clearly is the adverb because it refers back to this verb, and clear is the adjective because it refers to this noun, instructions. Quietly refers to the way they worked, the verb. And quiet time, quiet here is an adjective referring to this noun time. In the last example, you've got differently, the adverb differently, and that is referring to the approach of the students. This simple past tense verb here, approached, how did they approach it? Differently. So you've got the adverb modifying the verb. And lucky last one, we have different, which is an adjective because it's referring to the noun presentations and it's modifying that noun. So, how are you going so far? Let's just summarize. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more confident with whether to choose an adverb or an adjective. So let's summarize. Firstly, we need to look at the definitions of what an adverb or an adjective might be. So an adverb is a word that describes or modifies a verb, adjective, or other adverb, and they often end in ly, but not always. Sometimes an adverb can be quite a different kind of word. So let's just think of an example. He was driving the Ferrari Testarossa fast. So in this case, or very fast, in this case fast is the adverb describing how he was driving. And very is also an adverb describing how fast he was driving. But that's another story. Today we're just focusing on adverbs ending in ly and adverbs that are modifying a verb. They're the only adverbs we've been covering in this little exercise. Okay, so that's adverbs. An adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun or pronoun. So in these sentences, you've been asked to identify whether to use an adjective or an adverb. And I hope that now you understand exactly what to do. What's the key to deciding whether it's an adjective or adverb? Yes, you're right. You need to identify the word that is being modified. If it's a noun, use an adjective. If it's a verb, use an adverb. It's that simple. So go over this a few times until you feel confident. Understanding this rule will take the guesswork out of choosing the right descriptive word. Now you'll be able to use adjectives and adverbs correctly and enjoy impressing your teacher with your correct sentence structures. So this is Miss Wright saying ciao for now.